Hi, I'm Angel. Have you ever thought about what your accountability is for yourself? Like, have you ever thought about how dealing with you is probably the most important person that you need to deal with? And oftentimes we find ourselves running away from us, but we're willing to deal with other people. The problem with that becomes that we point the finger at so many other people and we don't point the finger at us, which makes us seem like we have it all together or we're better than everyone else when we're really not. Again, hi, I'm Angel, and I want to talk about accountability. I believe that we are missing a portion of life and responsibility when we don't hold ourselves accountable. I think that it's easier, and I've seen that it's easier to hold others accountable to a standard that we're just really not willing to stand by, 10 toes down, standing no business type of thing. But we're really not wanting to do the work that is going to take in order to keep ourselves in a place of an example. And an example is like super, super easy. It's explaining it is easy. Doing it is hard, but explaining it is easy. And being the example is literally not asking someone else to do something that you're not willing to do. Period. If you're not willing to do the things that you're asking others to do, then don't do it. And but if you are willing to do the things that you're asking other people to do, then that makes sense. And now you have created yourself as the example. For instance, I remember I used to work in restaurants and I used to ask for some of my team to clean the drains. And, some of them would be like, nah, I'm not going to do that. No, that's, I'm not doing that. So, you know what I do? What I do to show them that I'm never going to ask you to do something that I'm not willing to do, I glove up, I get on my knees, and I start to clean the drain. And I think the more that I did things like that, the more my team kind of came around to the point of, hey, if she's asking me, then I'm going to go ahead and do it because I'm not one of those people, or I work really hard not to be one of those people that will ask you to do something that I'm not willing to do. I think that we've gotten off in this vein. And I think that, again, is because we don't hold ourselves accountable. And I don't know how we could really live life for real if we don't do that. If we don't start living the example, I don't know if we can see a world that is better or getting better or anything like that if we don't begin to live by the example we set, if we don't live by the example or the standard that we set, because our standards could be super, super high, yet again, we're hypocrites. Hypocrites. That's it. That's it. We are bona fide hypocrites. Wow. Yes. Yes. So when we are looking at other people and we're talking about them, yet we're doing the same thing that they're doing in some way, shape, or form. It may not be the exact thing, but if there's some semblance, then you're a hypocrite. If you're talking about them, if you're not looking to help them or anything, yes, I called you a hypocrite because you're not willing to be accountable to yourself or even be able to be accountable to someone else. But instead, yes, I said you are willing to destroy others, talk about others, poke at others for what they got going on and not even looking at you. Jesus said something to the effect that before you look at the speck in somebody else's eye, I'm gonna need you to go and take the plank out your own eye, because if you don't take the plank out your own eye, then now you function as a hypocrite. So all that to say, let's not be hypocrites, y'all. Let's be the example and let's hold up the standard, because standards are something serious. And I think that's what we're missing, some of that in the world today. Standards. My husband used to say back in the day that we're the first 10 people on the block to have them. Standards. And when we have standards, we are able to be held accountable, and we are able to hold ourselves accountable. Thereby, we are no longer hypocrites, and we are standing as a living, breathing example of what to do or what not to do. I would rather be an example of what to do versus what not to do. You feel me? I'm sorry, it just had to. All right, y'all, that's all I got. I'll see y'all on the next video.